What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Newage transparent Firefox. So this is my final one. I haven't bought any of the other ones. There's one more which I'm not going to be getting, and that's the friendly version. The friendly version is kind of the cheaper one without the paint and stuff. But this one I was excited because I wanted a clear version to go with my Fans Toys, and we'll show that a little bit later. But taking a look at this guy, he is pretty much 100% transparent with the exception of the silver here, paint there, the silver or gray on the face with the blue eyes. There's a lighter coat of blue on this. I believe that's not a piece of plastic. I believe that's actually paint. Oh, yeah, I believe that's a light paint of coat of blue. Got the metallic blue here for the cockpit and then the white here. You got the painted silver for the boosters. They're not die cast this time, so I guess this guy doesn't have any die cast. Actually, looking around, we've got regular plastic feet, no die cast joint there for the ab crunch, no die cast here on the boosters. So it looks like they've taken out the die cast on this guy. I don't know if that's due to materials. They're worried about the transparent plastic breaking, but it is significantly less die cast and lighter than the others. Articulation wise, it is the same, but let's quickly go over it. The head is on a rotating swivel, so it goes up to there, down to there, rotates around. Shoulders rotate around on this joint. The shoulder pads can move up and down. Arms can go up to there. Rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow gets you a little past 90 degrees, and then there's this cover down piece here that you can move to make it look more accurate. You have a rotation at the wrist. You have a single pin for the fingers, and you can actually see the pin because it's now transparent. Sometimes it's cool to see some of the inner workings here. Rotation at the waist. Ab crunch gets you down to there. It's no longer a die cast piece, so I don't know if you need to be careful or not, but it feels pretty sturdy overall. A lot of the die cast or the transparent Newage figures do feel really nice and solid. For the legs, you have the hip skirt. It's really tight. This one is very tight. I don't know. Feels like it might break. So let's try this one. Yeah, it's really tight. I don't know why it's so tight, but it's up to there. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. I'll have to loosen these screws a little bit and figure out what's going on. But yeah, very, very tight. Back to there. Ugh. Out to the side. All in friction. Rotation at the thigh around universal. Double jointed knee gets you the full bend. They have a slightly different color plastic look, maybe a little thicker for that knee joint, so that's a good thing. Coming down to the feet, you have ankle tilt out to there, forward to there, and then back to there, and you can bring this down to make it a little bit taller. There you go for the articulation. For the weapons, it is basically the same. You get the single transparent gun here, and that'll fit into his hands. And that looks nice overall. And for quick comparison, there it is next to the Newage David, their Optimus Prime, and the original Firefox version that we got. And yeah, he looks good. It's nice to see some of the inner workings and the parts on this guy. And we will bring in all of them at the end. I just wanted to show you this guy for now, next to the original. And for another fun comparison, there it is next to Fans Toys clear version of Phoenix. And pretty cool to see this together. They really do look like father and son or something like that. Now, this guy has kind of a fun story. The original Fans Toys said that they gave the design to a friend who wanted to produce it to make these clear figures. So they claimed they didn't make these. It was made by LX Soft, new name. But the packaging was the same. The instructions were the same. The cards were the same. The figure itself is pretty much the same. Everything was identical. So it kind of felt like it really was Fans Toys, but my theory anyway is they didn't want to take responsibility for after sales service because transparent figures break very easily. And this one actually did break. The two little tabs down here, they don't really affect too much, but those did break off. And I can kind of understand why they wouldn't want to offer after sales service on something like this because it's just too easy to have problems. But I believe it's Fans Toys. But anyway, looks really good with the Newage. I really like how this came out. All right, now let's get this guy transformed into his jet mode. And since we've done this 4 times already, there's no reason to show it here. So I'm going to get it transformed off camera and we'll be right back. And there he is in his jet mode. And I have to say it looks really cool, but it does feel a little more fragile than the previous versions. Not like it was going to break. I didn't feel like it was going to break at any point, but it definitely feels a little less solid than the others. There it is from the side. You do still have the opening cockpit and the seats inside are painted. Landing gear down here that can fold in and out. Same problem as before. They do fold in kind of easily. These are painted, these boosters back here. But yeah, all in all, looks pretty good. And you get blue paint here. You can still take the gun and attach it right here. And you can fly around with that. And for comparison, there it is next to the other Newage Jetfires, the toy version and the chameleon version here, both in jet mode. And it does look good with them. I do think that the clear version is the weakest in jet mode, just because they did a mix of painted parts like these white and the blue up here, a little bit of red on the wings, and then the translucent. I'm not sure, it looks a little funny with some of that mix of paint. But overall, same jet mode. Now, just for a sense of size, here it is next to the Newage David trailer and roller. And yeah, just like the others, fits in nicely with the Newage scale. So final recommendations on the Newage transparent Firefox. And you can see I have him here with all of the rest of them. Really cool to kind of finally see them all together. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. It is a weak 4 out of 5. Out of all of these figures, this is actually my least favorite one. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't have any of the die-cast parts. They've taken that out from the feet and from the joints. And overall, the plastic doesn't feel as good as the rest. These are really nice, solid, good quality plastic. Now, it is transparent plastic, so you'd expect the plastic to feel a little bit different. And it doesn't feel as bad as, let's say, some of the Magic Square figures we've gotten. Like, it doesn't have that gummy, chalky feel. But it does feel lesser than some of these other ones. So just go in knowing that. I have to imagine the friendly version, which is like the cheaper budget version, has a similar feel to this. Now, I was able to fix the hips. I mentioned earlier they were too tight. All I had to do was just loosen these 2 screws right here. And now his hips do rotate. But that's just the kind of thing I'm talking about. It just feels a little bit cheaper than the others. But that's really it. I really like this. I'm happy that Newage decided to do this and make all these repaints. People ask me, which one's my favorite. It's got to be this one, the toy version, the Jetfire. It's just so much fun. I love the colors and the new face mask. The fact that they actually give you an extra face mask. It's the only one that came with extra, by the way. All of these just come with a gun. The only one that comes with something extra was this guy. But in addition, I think it's so cool looking. So that's definitely my favorite. If I had to place a second, I think it would be this guy here. The paint job is absolutely phenomenal, and the quality on this thing is really, really good. I'm going to be displaying most of these in their jet mode so that they can be kind of a mini jet mode for my fans toys and or our pretty soon to come MP57. This is the year of Jetfire 2023. We've got so many Jetfires coming. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.